people will only go and invest in the shares because they want the dividend agreement between the shareholder and the company main top management. So earning is very past year you declared 3% of dividend, and current year if you are going and if you are giving 2.5%, only if you change your trend according to the trend, I'll tell you, you will survive in the market. Hello everybody, a warm welcome to one and all. I'm Abhilash Chandra from the Department of Business Studies in Vidyashram PU College, the Temple of Excellence. Students, welcome back, and here in this session I'm gonna teach you something which is very important, that is the factors which is affecting the dividend. Understand the topic here, that is the biggest topic here, that is called the dividend. What exactly dividend is? Last session I told you dividend is all about the profit amount which the company or the corporation wants to give it to the shareholder. That is called as dividend, and you are supposed to know that people will only go and invest in the shares because they want the dividend from the company. So here let's go with the decision. What exactly are the factors which will have a problem or it will have a plus in the decision making of allotting the dividends? The first one is earnings. Now here you need to know that dividend, example I'll just give you here. Now here the dividend, what really happens is, there are say two company A and company B. Now shareholders will always go with something called statistics, analytical and technical analysis. Now when they go with it, they'll just figure out which is a company which gives more dividend, which is a company which is making profit, which is a company which is now happening. So all these things are the categories, and they'll actually check and then they'll invest, because money is everything. Whenever you go for any of the investment, you should always go with something called ROI, return on investment. What is that you are getting back? That is how you are supposed to go calculate and then invest your money. Then you will be in profitable, or else what happens is you will come really down. Now there are two companies called A and B. Company A is giving a 3% dividend and B company is giving 5% dividend. Now understand, 3% and 5%, just a random figure which I'm giving it to you. According to you, which company will you go and invest? That is the biggest situation for any corporation. A cutthroat competition is happening. Customers are there, shareholders are there, competitors are there. You are supposed to allot the dividends. So what are the factors which will affect the dividend decisions? These are the factors. The first one is earning. If his earning is really good, definitely the company will definitely give more dividend. If the earning is really bad, they cannot give dividend at all. Next is stability of earning. Yes, see what happens is, you have a graph, say example 2006 2007. Now the company was doing really good, right? It's doing really good. The minute it went to 2006, now 2007 and 8, what has happened? It has come down. Now the company which was in 2006, which was doing really good, now they are giving more dividends, say 3%. Then they went with 4%. Now it has come down. Now it is 3%. Then it is 2%. What exactly it is? You should have a stability of earning as well as stability of dividends. There is no stability of dividends. Try to understand this. These are the factors. One thing which you people should know is, business is all about uncertainty. So understand, uncertainty is too much, and then is what? In business you always get something called risk. There is always a risk factor which is there in the business. So these are the things which will definitely affect the dividend decision. Next is growth opportunity. Understand, whenever a new product is being launched by any of the company, the shareholders, the general public, they always tend to see the news, that is what is that the company is doing. If they are launching any new product, that means the company has money, that means the company wants to get up. So what they do is, they go very fast and buy the shares of that company. But again, I'll tell you, all the products will not click in the market. After the product is launched, if the sales go really good, now the shareholders will definitely get more dividend. But if the product fails, now it is a loss for whom? Not for the company, but definitely for the shareholders, because you have two types of shareholders. One, we call them as the equity shareholders, and these people are the losers, because equity shareholders are the owner of the company. Now, owner of the company has a result, what exactly it is. If the profit is there, they'll share the profit. If loss is there, students, I'll tell you, they need to bear all the losses by themselves. Company will not do anything. Now understand this. That's why you should always have a stability of earning and stability of dividends. Next thing is, you should go with growth opportunity. Always go with a growth opportunity. Only because of this point, growth opportunity, you have seen the products being upgraded, updated, and what exactly the R&D is there. Or else what happens is, you get saturated with the product and you will never buy the product. When you will not buy the product, what will happen? The company will not grow. If the company will not grow, they will not be able to give the dividends. That's why there should be what? Growth opportunities. The last one here is cash flow position. I have explained you about cash flow in the last session. Now, what exactly cash flow position is? You should know that the cash flow should be really good. You should have a very strong finance. Only then you can withstand to all the odds which comes in the market, whether it is uncertainty or a risk. You should always have the reserves and surplus, and your cash flow should be very, very solid. Now we'll go one by one. We'll check what exactly the earning is, stability of dividend, stability of earning, opportunity, all those things we'll check one by one. The first one is earning. Now dividends are paid out of current and past earning. That is, you will always have something called the past, and you will have something called current. That is, right now what exactly is happening. So they'll calculate and they'll take the average of the past and the current, and then they'll allot the dividend to the shareholders. Dividend to the shareholders. Therefore, earning is a major determinant. See, if you don't have earning, you don't have earning at all. So from where will you actually give the dividends? Right, isn't it? You don't have money, so how can you actually give the dividends? Now that is why your earning should be there. That means you should always go for what? Profit maximization as well as wealth maximization. See, if you try to understand, analyze the stock exchange also, because I have covered the stock exchange for you people, you will get to know that these are the things which the general public will check. That is the company in a profitable ratio? Is the company doing really good? Is the company making profit? So these things the shareholders or the general public will always check. If not, what will happen is they will never invest in that company. So it is very clear here. You need to try to understand. Earning plays a vital role. The reason is, only when earning is there, definitely the company will pay back or will give more to the shareholder as a gratitude. But it is not like gratitude. I'll tell you what it is. They have used the shareholders' money, they have produced it. Now that is the time where they need to give it back to the shareholders. Only then what happens is, it's all about len den. It is like, you do me a favor, after a few years I'll do you a favor. That is what the agreement between the shareholder and the company main top management. So earning is very, very important. Next thing is stability of earning. Yes boss, earning is important, but you should always have stability of earning. See, 2006 I made huge profit, and 2007 I am like pauper. Now that is not the way you are running a business. Try to understand the Kingfisher model. What exactly happened with the Kingfisher model? Now, Vijay Mallya, when he wanted to go with the Kingfisher and he launched the product, he went with he went with so many other kind of beverages. He went with so many other kind of contracts with the other business people. What really happened? He made huge profit. He made huge profit. Whichever business he wanted to actually start, every business clicked. So what happened? All the banks, that is the public bank sectors, what they did is, "Arey, Vijay Mallya is actually taking loan from us. Let us give him loan." So it is like a privilege. All of them started to give him loan. Now we got to know he just manipulated with his accounting system. And banks, they thought it was Vijay Mallya who's actually asking loan from us, so it is a privilege to our bank. They started giving the loans to Vijay Mallya. Later we got to know the business, whatever he was doing, there was no profit. It was actually in a loss. When everybody got to know that Vijay Mallya doesn't have anything, he's almost in a papad situation. He took money from all the banks and he flew. Now what it is? Earning was there, but stability of earning was not there. So this is what the problem. What happened to the shareholders of Kingfisher? What happened to the shareholders of UB Groups? What happened to the shareholders of the business which Vijay Mallya was conducting? They were all what? They went, they put a case on him, but what exactly can they do? Nothing. See, stability should be there in a business. I do believe that there is volatility in the business, but if you maintain the volatility or you maintain the break even, at least I'll tell you, somewhere you can actually raise, because business is all about this. Understand this COVID pandemic. The shares of Infosys, which was supposed to be 1,000, it almost came to 500. Now, stability is there in Infosys. People thought that Infosys will definitely come. They all went and they purchased a share of Infosys. Now, Infosys shares are again in the thousands. The reason is what? Stability is there, students. That's why you should always go with this. What is it? Stability. Wherever the company where stability is there, you are supposed to invest. If there is no stability, please don't invest. If you want to invest, check your financial advisors and then you are supposed to go and invest. Other things remaining the same, that is a company having stable earning is in position to declare higher dividends. Now understand the way TVS Motors they are doing. They are actually giving more dividends to the public. There are few other companies, because of stability of earning, what happens is every time they actually make the shareholders happy. Now in return what happens is the shareholders are loyal to that company and they're earning from the company as well. Understand the Reliance, understand Hero Honda, understand Heroes, understand Honda kind of a thing. So all these people are, what are they doing? They have stability of earning. Ups and downs will definitely come in business, but still you should have stability. Next one we have is stability of dividends. Yes, there are few companies, stability of earning they maintain, but they don't maintain stability of dividend. Now what happens is they become little greedy. That is the promoters, the top level management. What usually happens is they feel that the current year and the past year, right? Try to understand when you go with this past year. Past year you declared 3% of dividend, and current year if you are going and if you are giving 2.5% of dividend, I'll tell you there is no stability of dividend. Shareholders are okay if you increase it, but if you decrease it, definitely the shareholders aren't happy. So that's why what exactly you should do, you should calculate for that 5 years how much dividend I should actually give. Now understand the increase in dividend is generally made when there is confidence that their earning potential has gone up and not just the earning of the current year. So always understand the dividend, what really happens I have given here. Every time it should be actually more, it should never come down. The minute it comes down, you will be losing the shareholders. So these are the things you need to understand. Next one here is growth opportunity. Always students, the company should only go with the growth, and here growth is companies having good growth opportunity, retain more money. See, money is a factor here. Money is a factor here out of their earnings, so has to finance the required investment. See, you cannot depend on your past earning. You should always go with current, what exactly you are. Say example, Tata Groups. JRD Tata, when he started, he thought that that will be the biggest company India has ever seen. Yes, it was the biggest company India had ever seen. But if Ratan Tata would have dreamt the same thing, that is, my company is only the best, I am doing the best. If he would have thought like that, I'll tell you, the growth opportunity would have come down. He always went with a trend, that is, what is the present situation, and he changed himself. Ratan Tata, he changed the entire Tata system, and then what happened? He gave it to Cyrus Mistry. Cyrus Mistry also changed the Tata system, totally different. Again, some disputes happened between them. Again, Ratan Tata, he came back and then he went with the opportunity. Now Tata Groups are really doing good, but what really happened is, our own people, they don't buy the desi product, but they do buy the videsi product. Now what happens is, it's a loss for all the people who are the Indians who are manufacturing the goods. Try to understand this. But still, Ratan Tata has not given up. He is actually launching too many other products, because he always go with what? The growth opportunity. Wherever the opportunity is there, you are supposed to grab it. Take any example of Infosys, Wipro, all those people. What is that they have done is, they went with the system, they went with the situation, they went with the current situation, and then they changed the entire system of the business. Only if you change your trend according to the trend, I'll tell you, you will survive in the market. Let's get an example of Nokia. What exactly Nokia did? Nokia thought they are the trendsetter, but what really happened? Yes, they were the trendsetter once, but now what happened? Where are they in the market? They aren't there in the market at all with any competition. The reason is, growth opportunity, when it came, they did not take that opportunity and they did not grab it. Next one is cash flow position. Please understand cash flow position. Dividends involve an outflow of cash. Yes. Whenever you are giving dividends, students, what exactly it is? It is going from the company, right? So we call it as what? Outflow. Outflow. Now, a company may be profitable, but short on cash. That is, you have made profit, but when you are giving the dividend, what happens is, the cash has gone out. That is, now you don't have cash, right? Availability of enough cash in the company is necessary for the declaration of dividend by it. Now try to understand this. Yes, that's why I always tell all my students, money saved is money earned. Though the company is making huge profit, the company will restrict giving the dividend. Reason is what? Next year uncertainty was. What is that we should do? Nobody imagined this pandemic. This will be like from the month of January to the month of December. Nobody thought. Even now we don't know whether it will be continued even after December. Now what has happened? All the places job vacancy are not there. Now try to understand. People who are working in the corporates, they have gone out of the corporate. And what exactly has happened? Now try to understand this situation. In business, everything is uncertain. Job security isn't there. So what is that we should do? We should always go with that. That is, whenever we have cash, we shouldn't spend. We should always restrict, because tomorrow we don't know whether we'll have the cash or will not have the cash. So from today, I want all my students to go with one concept, that is, I'll not spend the money unnecessary. I'll spend it carefully. If it is definitely in a need, please go spend the money. Spend the money for your family, for yourself, but not for somebody else. So this is what the lesson I want to teach you here. And you have learned all the factors which is definitely an effect for decision making. In the next session, I'll come with some more factors which affects the decision making. Until then, students, I'll see you when I see you.